Today on Vox, we have information on Saudi Daisy High School, Westside Christian Academy, and more. Zach Barham will have your local weather, and Gideon Radcliffe will have your sports.
It's Thursday, September 27th, 2018, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Jay Standridge.
In local news, Saudi Daisy High School's athletic director Jared Hensley was placed on leave after a video featuring comments he made went viral on Wednesday, September 26th. The video, which has since been removed from YouTube, contains announcements and other information that is produced by the school students and broadcasted at the school. There is a portion of the video where Hensley is addressing the student body. He covers multiple issues regarding school policy. Here's the video.
We need to make sure athletic shorts. And I know, boys, you're thinking, I don't understand why it's not fair. Athletic shorts go past your knees. I didn't make the rules. Well, I kind of did. But that's the rules. So that's just what we're going to stick to. And that doesn't mean that you can wear athletic shorts. So everybody who's going, well, I got a detention for athletic shorts, that's what you're going to get. And if you don't serve it, you're going to go to Saturday school. So just don't wear them. And if you really want someone to blame the girls, because they pretty much ruin everything. They ruin the dress code. Well, ask Adam. Look at Eve. It's really all you really get to, okay? You can really go back to the beginning of time. So it'll be like that the rest of your life. Get used to it. Just keep your mouth shut, suck it up, follow the rules. All right, speaking of girls and boys, PDA. We're going to need to limit that. We're going to need to limit that a little bit. Just take that down a notch, okay, or 10. All right, save some for the honeymoon. It'll be fine. So no kissing and hugging in the halls. We've seen enough. And on your own time, I really wouldn't do that either on your own time. But as long as it's not on my time, I'm not going to be there hovering over you watching, and I'm not subjected to it. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. On a serious note, please be careful on the way home. Do not drive fast out of here. Take your time, okay? It's not important. There's nothing so important that we've got to drive carelessly. It's going to be raining pretty hard. So everybody have a safe day and do good on your benchmarks. See ya.
The video sparked outrage and backlash from many community members, who in turn contacted school board members, central office, and posted their complaints on social media. Hensley is currently suspended indefinitely.
Authorities in Tennessee are investigating a sinkhole caused part of daycare to partially collapse. Children were inside at the time, and everyone made it out safely. Taylor Stewart has the details.
Cleveland police say this daycare partially collapsed today around 9:45 in the morning. The ceiling caved in on lower-level classrooms, dragging cement, piping, and gravel down with it. A terrifying moment for Jatom Blackburn, whose 16-month-old was in the building.
I was terrified. Completely terrified because my child goes there. So that was just my initial was, is she okay?
She says she got a text from Nixle, an app that alerts Cleveland community members about major events, telling her that her daughter was thankfully safe.
It goes through any parent's head. Is my child okay? Are the other children okay? Are the adults that are there safe and able to take care of them? Have they been able to get out?
There could have been some serious injuries, but there wasn't, and so that's what we're really grateful for.
Daycare staff evacuated kids between the ages of 6 months and 5 years old next door to the Tenova Healthcare Center. Building owner Ben Phillips says it was the grace of God that protected 84 children today at Westside Christian Academy.
We walk down the halls on the bottom floor. The children are walking down the halls, and let me tell you, the children are safe, and it's a miracle.
He's now calling on that grace to help the daycare find a new temporary home.
We really need space. We have 100 families that are counting on their children to have a place to go to school.
The Senate Judiciary Committee will hear 2 landmark testimonies today. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh following multiple accusations of sexual misconduct, and Christine Blasey Ford, one of those accusers. Omar Jimenez reports from Capitol Hill.
After what has seemed like an eternity of anticipation, the day is finally here. Judge Brett Kavanaugh set to testify with his confirmation on the line, and as he faces multiple accusations of sexual misconduct from multiple women, including Christine Blasey Ford, who will also testify today. It is a day that will likely decide the fate of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, and a day that will see testimony from Christine Blasey Ford, the first of 3 women to come forward with sexual misconduct allegations against Kavanaugh, and who claims he pinned her down in a bed and attempted to remove her clothes at a party during the early 1980s. Kavanaugh has since denied those claims, but he's also defending himself against new allegations, this time from Julie Swetnick. She says she attended more than 10 parties where Kavanaugh was present and alleges she saw him, quote, drink excessively at many of these parties and engage in abusive and physically aggressive behavior towards girls.
I've received calls myself from women and men who went to high school with him. No one knows this woman. No one remembers seeing her at any of the parties that they attended.
But Ford will be the first Kavanaugh accuser to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee. And separately from Kavanaugh, the president in this is siding with his nominee.
This is a big con job. And I would love to be in the room with the Democrats, and Schumer and his buddies are all in there laughing how they fooled you all.
Meanwhile, Democrats are asking that the Kavanaugh nomination be withdrawn.
These women deserve to be heard in a fair way, and their claims must be properly investigated.
And to give you an idea of how things will happen today, Ford will testify separately from Kavanaugh. She will make an opening statement with an unlimited time limit. Then senators will be given 5 minutes each to ask questions, but the GOP senators have hired an outside sex crimes prosecutor to do their questioning, while Democrats will do their own. Reporting from Capitol Hill, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Season 6 in Fortnite is now available to all players. In this season, there are new skins, including Tier 100 skin called Dire. Also, PlayStation has made a crossplay available to all players. This is the first time Xbox and PlayStation have crossplayed, so now the question isn't what console do you play on, but what is your gamer tag?
The former governor of the Mexican state of Veracruz was sentenced to 9 years in jail. Javier Duarte pleaded guilty of criminal association and money laundering, according to judicial sources. The former governor was arrested on April 15, 2017 in Guatemala. He was then extradited to Mexico and has been kept in jail located to the north of Mexico City.
Now let's send it over to Zach with your weather report.
It is windy in Columbus, Ohio right now. I'll have more on that plus your 7-day forecast after this break.
Wow, college already?
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. In Columbus, Ohio, a tornado caused damage in parts of Columbus Wednesday morning, and it left behind a mess. A quick but strong storm pushed its way through East Columbus, knocking down trees, knocking down power poles, and catching people who lived by there by surprise. Police were scrambling this morning trying to keep it all up. Damage from bursts of wind that lasted only seconds. Sierra Johnson reports.
it came out of nowhere.
We heard a lot of wind.
And it left behind a mess. A quick but strong storm pushed its way through East Columbus, knocking down trees, knocking down power poles, and catching people who live here by surprise.
A lot of the tree limbs coming down. We lost some shingles we saw flying off of our roof.
Police were scrambling this morning trying to keep up with all of the damage from a burst of wind that lasted only seconds. By daylight, the damage was starting to reveal itself. Not only did the wind knock down trees and poles, but the line of destruction also knocked out power to about 1,000 people. Doug McFinley was right in the middle of all of it when the storm came in.
And then all of a sudden, it started picking up a little harder.
He said suddenly he could see the winds shift.
It picked up fast and I can react where my car started rocking.
Now it's a matter of trying to clean up from a storm no one thought would be this strong.
Thanks, Sierra. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. For today, we have rainy weather in the forecast with a high of 70, low of 66. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have highs of 72, 77, and 80 with lows of 65, 62, and 61. With rainy to partly cloudy weather in the forecast. For Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have highs of 82, 80, and 84 with lows of 64. With partly cloudy to rainy weather in the forecast. That's all from me, and I'll send it over to Gideon with the scores of last night.
The Baltimore Orioles traveled to Fenway Park last night, and it didn't go very well. We'll have more on that after the break.
Jack, take my hand.
Oh, that's gross. No, I'm good. Probably not enough room for both of us on that anyway.
Jack, there's plenty of room for both of us on this door. Just take my hand.
Yeah, no. You know what? You can just have like a good life or whatever.
Jack.
I'm just gonna...
Jack. Jack.
Welcome back. We'll send it over to Mr. Shroyer and Brett Whitehead with Brett's Picks.
Hello and welcome to week number 5 of Brett's Picks. I looked it up. I had to make sure this week I got it right. I'm Gwen Shroyer along with my buddy here, Brett Whitehead. How you doing, Brett? Brett's always good to be here. Look at his hair. He got a new haircut. He's looking stylish, right? Yeah, because of what's going to happen tomorrow night?
Homecoming's canceled.
Oh, well, that's a downer. Let's get right into it. Yeah, let's not talk about that anymore. All right, coach's picks right here, lining up, and look who's staying in number 1 by a very slim margin. That is me. And I see, Brett, you were number 2, but you slipped all the way to 8th place. You had a really bad week.
I'm right behind this Landon.
You are. You had a really bad week. Jace Standridge had a great week.
Number 5.
Moved up from number 8 to number 5, and he is climbing slowly. He says he wants to be number 1.
All tied for second.
Yeah, there's a lot of ties.
Aaron,
a lot of ties right there.
Shoemaker.
Coach Moody, of course, the offensive coordinator for the Bradley Central Bears.
Even Thompson, too.
Down there at number 12. Thompson at 11. Let's go on to picks. Here we go. All right, first game, we have Oregon at number 19. They're going to be playing at number 24, California.
I'm going with Oregon.
The Big Ducks.
On the road. On the road.
They should win that game. Number 12, West Virginia at Texas Tech, holding at number 25, entering into the rankings there. That's a noon game.
I'm going with Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Do you know their moniker? What their mascot is? Aren't they the Red Raiders? I think they're the Red Raiders. Baylor at number 6, Oklahoma. Are you going for an upset or who are you
going with Oklahoma?
Okay, not an upset.
At home.
At home. Florida State University at Louisville.
Florida State.
Florida State. Who's having a pretty rough season. I kind of think Louisville's going to pull that one because it's a home game, got the home crowd. Number 14, Michigan at Northwestern. Longtime rivalry there.
Dr. Ken and Brian Beard, the Beard family, are a Michigan fan.
You know who else is a huge Michigan fan? Jay Standard.
Yeah.
I think he wears
I'm going with,
he tells everybody that.
I'm going with Michigan.
When he wears underwear.
I'm going with Michigan.
Michigan, okay. Next game
That's
we have.
a 4:30 start.
Next game we have is Florida, the Gators at number 23, Mississippi State.
Gators. No, I'm going with.
Oh, we have just a minute. Not so fast, Brett says. Number 23, Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Going with the Bulldogs.
At home.
Okay. Virginia Tech at Duke. Coach Cut holding down his own up there. North Carolina.
Duke. I'm going with Duke.
Going with Duke. Okay. Number 4, Ohio State at Penn State. Another huge cross-state rivalry.
Number 4.
Going with Ohio State.
Yep.
I think Penn
on the road. It's
Penn State could win this. If Ohio State wins this game, it defines their season.
It's on the road.
On the road.
A really tough team.
Very hostile environment.
Penn State. I'm going with
the biggest matchup we have right here. Number 7, Stanford at number 8, Notre Dame. Who do you have?
I'm going with Notre Dame. It's at home.
It is at home. Again, that's probably the best game of the day.
This one. South Carolina at number 17, Kentucky.
And who do you have?
Kentucky.
Big Blue?
Yeah.
Baby Blue?
Yeah.
Okay. And the last game we're going to talk about for college football, Tennessee heading down south to Athens, Georgia, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Who do you have?
I'm going with Georgia.
And Georgia is ranked number 2 right now, by the way. And you're going with Georgia. Well, I'm calling Tennessee for the upset. Might as well. I mean, I don't get points for losing, right?
Yeah.
So Tennessee for the upset. You're claiming Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah,
interesting game.
Because of Baylor.
There are people calling this game saying Tennessee will lose by 4 scores.
Because of Baylor.
Because of
Terrell. Baylor Terrell.
He's down at Georgia.
He works at Georgia.
Okay, the last game we are going to talk about, of course, our homecoming game, McMinn County at Bradley Central. Right here, kickoff at 7:30. You can watch it live at facebook.com/BCHS Bear Network, or just head on over to BCHS.TV. And of course, the audio brought to you by Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Gary and Earl carrying that. Who do you have in this big, long-time rivalry?
I'm going with Bradley. It's at home.
It is at home. It's going to be a muddy mess. We might nickname this one the Mud Bowl when it's all over.
It's homecoming.
It is homecoming.
I'm going with Bradley on this one.
I heard they're telling the girls, of course this is just me, I don't know that it's official, telling the girls to wear rain boots on the field. It's going to be muddy, Brett. It's going to be nasty. If you're on the field, you need to be wearing some rain boots as well. And here's another fact. Those of you that don't know, Bradley Central playing against McMinn County, that is the longest rivalry in the state of Tennessee. Those two teams have been playing each other longer than any other public school team. There is, however, a fascinating stat that says there's 2 private schools that have been playing each other longer, but we're not going to talk about them. Bradley Central and McMinn County, the longest running rivalry in the state of Tennessee for high school football. And you've got Bradley. I do too. Bradley's going to win. Have anything else? How about those Mets?
They took the last. They
did
3-0, and we have another chance.
So the Braves have another chance. They've already clinched the East.
No, we have another chance against them tonight.
They've already clinched the East. They're just trying to win some games so they can hold on to a home field advantage.
And play the Dodgers, Colorado, or Arizona.
And Arizona's playing mighty fine, that pitching staff over there.
And we play the Phillies.
You got any shout-outs?
No.
Weren't you supposed to be taking somebody to the... You want to give a shout-out? No?
No.
Well, that's all we have today. I'm Mr. Shroyer. This is Brett Whitehead. And until next week, we'll see you
on the sideline.
Welcome back. Let's get right into it. The Braves traveled to New York to face on the NL East rivals, the Mets. Jacob deGrom was a star of the show when he pitched through 8 innings and allowed 2 hits. He also had his 1,000th career strikeout. The Athletics traveled to Seattle to face the Mariners. It was a close game in the 5th inning, and the Athletics scored 6 runs. The Baltimore Orioles traveled to Fenway Park to face the Red Sox. It wasn't close to start off because the Red Sox scored 5 runs in the 1st inning. Here are the highlights from the game.
He has 22 RBIs in his last 30 games. Hit it hard and pass Nunez down the line. Benintendi is in. Martinez will also score. The batting average he allows. And there's another one sucked down the line. Bogart's easily in to score. Moreland right behind him. Kinsler to third. They're going to bring him in. He's trying to score. On the 2-2. Instead of high twisting fly to left field, backing up Benintendi. Backing up to the wall, and that one is going to get out of here. Home run, Nunez.
There he goes. He's got it.
Here's the throw down. Tag is safe.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts has stolen his 30th base. He is a 30-30 man.
He got it.
Dan Means with a 2-0. High fly ball left field deep, and forget about this one. It is gone out of Fenway. 3-2. Fly ball left center, well hit. Ball is turning around now, and it's gone. Up onto the batter's eye. That is. He's hit 19 home runs. Socked that one.
Gone.